All right, when we went to New York, we visited the Tenement Museum, and we always think about the immigrants and we hear about what tough lives they had to lead. They were happy to get here to our country where we didn't have oppression, and they had choices to make, and it was up to them whether they became successful or not. But what happened to the children? So this is a brochure, a foldable that will help my students get into some discussions about what was going on with children from the early 1900s. What kind of freedom did they have? What I have done is, and I could do better next time when I make this, I put in some details for things here. These are children who were forced to go to work, but these are children that worked in the coal mines and the glassworks in West Virginia. And I thought that that would help my students maybe be able to catch on quicker if they knew that this was going on in their states. They work day shifts one week and the night shift the next. This could be somebody as young as 9 or 10 years old. I actually had a quote from one of the children who said, "Don't take a picture of me. If they see it, they'll make me go to school." And then they wouldn't be able to earn any money to give to their families. And the family dynamic at this time was that everybody in the family had to be doing some kind of work just so they could get by. This quote here goes along with what's on the cover. "The place is lousy with kids." There were so many kids out in the workforce, and as a result, they were not in the school system. A carrying boy worked for 9 hours and made $1.25. So that was, not that much money, even for that time period. What about going to school? If you had a choice about going to school and learning or helping your family to put food on the table, then you would usually choose going to work. Large boys were paid the same as small boys, which was about $1 a day. This was one of the glassworks companies that employed 60 men and 30 boys ages 15 to 18, but there were no young girls. And I think we often think of young girls being out in the workforce, but that was typically in the garment industry. A trapper boy could work all day long, maybe a 9-10 hour shift, and all he's going to do is open and close the doors so there will be ventilation in the mine. This picture shows a boss who has worked for 30 years. So he actually started at age 10. So that's kind of scary there. This picture is a picture of a man and his 3 sons. Dad is going to earn $1.75 a day, the bigger boy $1.20, and the 2 younger boys would be 80 cents. So this is, something it doesn't sound like a whole lot of money to us, and that sometimes is a tough concept to get into my students. But I think if they just look and hear some of these, you're working underground from 7 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. You're carrying loads of coal for 9 hours a day, and you earn $1.25. And you could be stooping for 8 hours a day because of the low roof. So that is not something that is going to be comfortable. So I think that pretty much covers that. And when we talk about freedom, most children, no matter what period of history you're talking about, should have the freedom to have a house to live in, food to eat, clothing that will protect them from whatever weather is there, and they should have an education. So we know that children from this time period did not get all of those things. So I'm hoping that my students can read this, and it's going to cause some discussions about this type of world, and which still exists today. So that's going to be a hook to get them interested. So I hope you enjoyed my foldable. Next time I hope it'll be better. Thank you.